Okay, in this video I'm going to go over configuring a switch and a router for using a trunk port. Alright, so first let's go ahead, grab a couple PCs here. Grab a couple PCs. We'll grab a 2960 switch, and then we'll just grab a 2901 router. Okay. We'll cable this together here. We'll go ahead and put PC0 onto fast Ethernet port 3, and we'll put PC1 on fast Ethernet port 21. Okay, and then we'll put the switch gigabit 01 to the router gigabit 01. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we'll give the PC, right, it's going to be on the 10.3 network, all right, and we'll go with, let's see here, .3, yeah, .3 dot 0.254. Alright, that'll be our router's interface for PC0. It's going to be on the 10.3 network. So we're going to go 10.3.0.1, and we're going to actually do a 255. Okay, so this is the 3 network, right? 10.3 indicates the network, and that's for PC0. It's plugged into port 3. I'm just doing that just to make it easy, right? PC1 is on port 21. So we're going to make that on the 21 network with its gateway at 254. So this is 10.21.1. Whoop. And once again, we're going to go to the 255 network, 255. So this is on the 21 network. Just making this simple. So, right, we're plugged into port 21 for PC1. It's on the 21 network, and port 3, we're plugged in for the 3 network for PC0. All right. So we're going to go to our switch. We're going to use the command line interface. All right, so we're going in here. We're going to go into the enable, right? Enable mode. We've got the hash pound sign for the cursor there, and so the first thing we want to do is we want to put interface fast Ethernet 0/3, right? Oop, I guess we got to go config terminal mode. Right, then we're going to go interface to interface 3, right, fast A03, which is where PC0 is plugged in. So now we're on that interface. We're on the switch port, right, that PC0 plugs into, interface 3, right. F8 is fast Ethernet, yeah, 0/3. So we're on port 3. And so we're going to go switch port, access, VLAN 3, right? All right, so we're going to put it in VLAN 3. Now this is going to get an error because I didn't create the VLAN. So it does not exist creating VLAN 3. So we created VLAN 3 and assigned it to the interface. We'll go out of here. And we'll do VLAN 21 for port 21. So it created it, right? And we can do name VLAN 21, exit, right? So let's go to interface 21, right? Fast A 0/21. And now we can do switch port, access, VLAN 21. So now you write this, let's show R. So interface 3 is in VLAN 3. Interface 21 is in VLAN 21. Alright. So now all we need to do is our gigabit Ethernet 0/1, which is our router, right? Our router is plugged into this port, interface gigabit 0/1. We need to make that a trunk port in order to talk to these. We could, put it into VLAN 3 or VLAN 21, but then it could only talk to one of these. So because we want it to talk to both, we need to create a trunk port. So we're going to do a config T, right? And then we'll go to interface gigabit 0/1, right? All right, so now we're on the port here that the router is plugged in. So now we want to do a switch port mode trunk. All right, and we'll write that configuration WR. So now what we've done is PC0 is on port 3 in VLAN 3. The VLANs don't have to match the ports. It's just I'm doing this just for easy sake right here. And then PC1 is plugged into port 21, which is also VLAN 21. The router is plugged into the gigabit port, and that gigabit port is now set into trunk mode, which means that it has access to both VLAN 3 and VLAN 21 and VLAN 1, because all the other switch ports, as you can see, are in VLAN 1, right? Only 3 and 21 are in different VLANs. But the router can now access all 3 VLANs, VLAN 1, VLAN 3, and VLAN 21. So if you plugged another PC into port 13, right, that would be in VLAN 1, the router would be able to access that because the gigabit port is in trunk mode. As you can see, it's not assigned to VLAN, it's got a double dash line, but it's in trunk mode, so it sees all the VLANs that are on this switch. All right, so now that we've got that, we still can't communicate because we now need to configure the router to access the trunk mode. So we'll go to the router and we'll go to the command line interface. All right, so we go into enable mode, go into config T mode, and so then we need right now our router interface is turned off. So we can go to interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0, because that's actually 0, and then we do no shutdown, and that'll bring it up. As you can see, it's bringing it up. So now we need to go out of there. So what we need to do for trunk lines is we need to create actually sub interfaces, because we have one cable coming in, but we got multiple networks. So we need to break this up. So we're going to do an interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0.1. All right. So instead of 0/0, we do 0/0.1, and you'll see that it's bringing up the interface, and now it says sub interface. Before it said interface when we were on 0/0, but now we're on a sub interface. We're on the 0.1. Now, I like to have my sub interfaces match the VLANs that they're on. So this is for the sub interface to talk with anything that's going to be on VLAN 1. So I'm going to do encapsulation. The switch, the 2960 switch, it uses the .Q, .1Q encapsulation, and I'm going to do 1, right? So for VLAN 1, I'm going to do, for right now, well, let's just do this. We'll do an IP address 10.1.0.254.255.255.0.0. So that's the IP address for VLAN 1, right? For the router on VLAN 1. And we'll exit that. So then now we just need to do 3, right? So we're going to do port 3 or VLAN 3, right? So we're going to do an encapsulation.q3, right? And we're going to do IP address of 3, right? That's what we told the PC0 to expect, was 10.3.0.254, right? So there we go. And then finally we're going to do interface.21. So we're going to do an encapsulation for VLAN 21. And then we're going to do our IP address is 21. All right, so we're going to exit. We're going to exit. We're going to write this. We're going to show our running config. All right. So we've got our interface gigabit Ethernet 00 is up, but it has no IP address. But then we have port or the sub interface 0.1 set up for VLAN 1, right? And then that is set up as our native VLAN, which it is, and it's got its IP address. Then we've got our sub interface 3, 0.3, right? It's set to VLAN 3. It's got our IP address for the gateway on VLAN 3, which is what PC0 is set to. And then our interface point 21 is set to our VLAN 21, and it's on our 21 network, right? So now we go. We can try and ping 10.3.0.1, right? Let's see if we can't ping, and we can. So we can ping PC0 from our router. So now let's try and ping PC1, and we can. So our router can see both PCs. So we'll go to our PCs, and I'm going to ping 10.21.0.254. That's our router, and we can. I want to ping the other side of the router, right? And we can. And now I'm going to ping PC0, and I can. And then from PC0, I'm going to ping 10.3.0.254, so I can ping the router. I can ping the other side of the router, and then I can ping PC1. But because I've done all the routing and all the VLANs, right? So I can throw another PC out here. I can connect it to port 13, right? And I can give it 10.1.0.254 because this is on VLAN 1, right? 10.1.0.13, right? And give it a subnet mask of 255, 255, right? So now PC2 ping 10.1.0.254. I can ping the router. I can ping VLAN 3's router. I can ping PC0. I can ping PC1, right? And that's because I set up this trunk port correctly, that it had all the existing VLANs. I had all the sub interfaces created on this router that existed for VLANs on this switch, so that when I plugged in a PC, I can do that, right? And of course, you can add more PCs to the VLANs. You just have to change the VLANs on the switch ports, right? And then make sure you had the right network IP range set up. But that's how you do a trunk port and router configuration to enable you to use a single connection into a switch that has multiple VLANs. All right, thank you.